our warm up. So I'm going to sit up nice and tall, shoulders back down and arms just relaxed down by the side. You can hold onto the chair if you feel you need that extra support. And if you can, if you just bring yourself forward a little bit on the chair. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. I'm going to start with a seated march. So this prepares the muscles for the movements that we're going to be doing. So we're going to start off by just lifting up our heels. So nice and tall, shoulders back and down. Chin is level with the floor. So we're looking straight forward. Try avoid looking down at your toes. So we're going to do this exercise for about a minute. But if you feel you can do for a little bit longer, that's fine, up to 2 minutes. And then we're going to start to just lift the feet off the floor. Up nice and tall, shoulders relaxed. And just get a steady rhythm going. Breathing normally. Just looking forwards. It's nice and steady. Don't slam your feet down too much. So we've just got a few more of these to do, which will bring us roughly to about a minute. But as you do get used to doing these, you might want to take it up to 2 minutes. So we're going to bring that to a stop. So our next exercise is a shoulder roll. Again, these warms up the muscles and prepares them for the movements that we're going to be doing. So just come up tall, shoulders back and down. I'm just going to bring the shoulders forwards, take them up towards our ears, take them back and take them down. So we're doing 5 of these. I'm going to show you from the side. Forward, up, back and down. So remember to keep looking forwards. Forward, up, back and down. And we've got another 2 to do. Forward, up, back and down. And last one. Forward, up, back and down. Okay, then the next exercise we're going to do is an ankle loosener. So really good for when we're walking. It promotes that heel-toe action, which makes us more steady when we're walking. So if you slide 1 foot forward just a little bit, and we're going to place the heel on the floor. So we're going to do 5 on each leg. Make sure we're up nice and tall. We're going to lift up the knee, point the toe down, place the toe on the same spot that the heel was on. That's 1. Let's lift up, heel down. Lift up, toe down. Lift up, heel down. Lift up, toe down. With 2 more. Lift up, heel down. Lift up, toe down. Try and get on the same spot. It helps for putting our shoes and socks on. This exercise. I think with 1 more. And place your foot back on the floor. So doing exactly the same on the other leg. Just stretch yourself now, nice and tall. Take your foot forward just a little bit and place your heel on the floor. So let's lift up, toe down. Lift up, heel down. Lift up, toe down. Lift up, heel down. Lift up, toe down. We've got 2 more to do. Lift up, heel down. Try and get as much movement in there as you can. And last one. Really helps to mobilise your ankle. And let's place that foot back on the floor. So the next exercise we're going to do is a spine twist. So up nice and tall again, shoulders relaxed. Let's place one hand on the opposite knee. The other hand is going to the back. We're going to do 4 of these exercises. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. I'm just going to turn, your shoulders go around and look into the side. Let's bring it back to centre. Swap your hands over. So this exercise helps when we're looking round. Being nosy, there's somebody at the back of us talking, we want to see who it is. So that's 1 with 3 more. Helps when we're turning over in bed. Make sure your shoulders go around as well. Nice and steady, nice and smooth. Looking forwards all the time. This is number 3. Make sure your shoulders go around. You might find you can get a little bit further each time. Remember to lift up before you initiate that move, and it'll help you get a better twist. And this is the last one. Bring it back to centre. Match your shoulders down, and that concludes our warm-up.
Okay, the next exercise I'm going to show you is heel raisers. I want you to stand behind your chair. So your chair is there for support. Good straight posture again. Keep looking ahead at all times. Hands on the chair just for balance. Try not to lean on the chair. And I want you to slowly come up onto your toes, using your big toe and your second toe. And slowly down. So making sure that your feet are hip distance apart again. As you rise, make sure that you're going straight up and you're not putting the weight over the chair. The chair is there just for a bit of extra support. So slowly up, pause for a second, slowly down. If you're able to let go and you want to challenge your balance some more, let go altogether, or just one hand, one finger on one hand. Sometimes you just need the security of knowing that it's there. And again, aim for 10. If you want to make that one a little bit harder, up onto your toes, pause for a second, and as you lower down, just before you hit the floor with your heels, pause another second, and then go right to the floor. And as I say, try and build up to 10 if you can.
This next exercise is called toe walk, so I'm just going to just demonstrate very quickly from the side so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm standing with feet about hip width apart, nice and tall, shoulders back and down. So I'm going to take my weight forward to lift up my heels. So the weight should be over the bigger toes. So try not to let your ankles roll out to the side. Just going to take it back down. If you wobble at any point, step out to the side, get your balance back, bring your foot in. So I'm going to use the wall for support, but you can use the back of your sofa, maybe in the kitchen, your kitchen worktop, maybe a table. So we're going to do 10 small steps, keeping the weight over the bigger toes if we can, so the ankles don't fall out to the side. And really good for balance. So when you're out and about, trying to dodge people, really good for ankle strength as well. So, nice and tall, shoulders back and down. Support if you need it. I'm going to use the wall. Take your weight forward, lift up your heels, and it's 10 small steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Heels down, step to the side, make sure you've got your balance. Always turn towards the support. So should you wobble, you've always something to hold on to. So we'll go back, nice and tall, shoulders back and down, take your weight forward, lift up your heels. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, heels down, step to the side. Remember, for support, full hand, fingertips, one fingertip, maybe just over so your hand is near the support should you need it. And gradually just reduce that support and as your balance improves.
Your next one from there, same position to start with, good posture, hip distance apart, using the chair just for support, is toe raisers. So this time you take the weight on your heels and slowly down. So when you're having that pause at the top, make sure you don't hold your breath, keep breathing or in a normal manner. Lift your toes, keep tall and slowly down. This one you might be tempted to try and lift your toes more by pushing your bottom out. Try not to do that. It's not how high you lift your toes. It's about keeping that upright posture. It might be that your toes don't lift very high at all, if at all. They might not lift. But so long as you're activating the muscles in your lower legs, you will be doing some work. Okay, again, building up to 10 if you can.
This exercise is a heel walk, so I'm just going to show you from the side, and I'm using the chair for support. So I'm standing with feet about hip width apart, up nice and tall, shoulders back and down. And all we're going to do is just lift up the toes and take your weight onto your heels. And then bring them back down with control. Step out to the side so you make you nice and steady. So this exercise is really good for, say, if you're on a bus and the bus brakes suddenly and it makes you go back. You're keeping your balance so you've time to get your foot back so you don't go over. So a really useful exercise to do. So we're going to do 10 steps. You'll need to be at the side of a wall or in front of your kitchen worktop, maybe in front of your table, maybe at the back of the sofa. Just make sure you've something there so should you have a bit of a wobble, you've something to get hold of. We're going to do 10 steps. So we all start off nice and tall, shoulders back and down. Lift up the toes, weight onto heels, and it's 10 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Toes go back down, step out to the side. Always make sure you've got your balance before you turn towards the support. And we do the same again, going back. So up tall, lift up the toes, take the weight onto the heels. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Control. Place your toes back down on the floor. Step out to the side. What you need to avoid on this one, that you're not walking with your bottom out. We don't want to see that. Always up nice and tall, shoulders relaxed. This next exercise is called a side step. So when we're doing a side step, you might need something in front of you, just in case you have a bit of a wobble and you've something to grab hold of. So let me show you from the side what we're going to do. So this is a side step. So we're going to start off nice and tall, shoulders back and down. We're taking the weight onto one leg, we step out to the side, toe down first, heel down, and bring the other foot across to meet. And again, weight on the outside leg, foot across, toe, heel down, and feet come together. So I'm going to show you from the side. Nice and tall, hold the chair for support if you need to. Step out, toe, heel, bring your feet across to meet. So we're going to do about 10 of these. If you can do it with just holding on with one hand, that's good. Maybe 2 fingers, maybe 1 finger. Or we can do no hands, but just have your hands just above the chair. So should you have a bit of a wobble, you've something to get hold of. So just nice and steady, not too wide. So this exercise is good for if we're having to go around somebody and we have to step to the side to get round them. Or if we're in the supermarket, going down the aisles in the supermarket. So a really useful exercise, good for balance. This exercise is called a flamingo swing. So you will need a chair at the side because it really tests your balance, does this one. So we can hold on with a full hand. It might be just fingertips, one fingertip, No hands, but have your hand just above the chair. Just so if you have a wobble, you can grab hold. Okay then, so we need to stand up nice and tall, belly button pulled into spine, looking forwards. Take the weight on the leg nearest the chair, and this outside leg, we're just going to bend the knee. So imagine you've got a tennis ball or a sponge there. I'm just going to hold it there. So the movement comes from the hip, we're taking the knee back so the knees are parallel. That's one. We're doing 10 of these. So we bring the knee up and we take it back, keeping that same angle, looking forwards, chest lifted, normal breathing. If you feel you can reduce your level of support, that's good. Maybe fingers, and just hovering above. So up to 10 swings on this one. So I think that's about 8 for me. I'll do 2 more. And last one. Foot down and step to the side. At any point, if you're losing your balance, hold on to the chair. Always put your foot down and step out to the side to get your balance back. Exactly the same on the other side. Starting off nice and tall. The weight on the leg nearest the chair. Outside leg, just lift up the knee. Remember that angle of the knee. Take it back. 1 and 2. So if you feel you can reduce that support, you can do. Just make sure you're close to the chair. And then you've something to grab hold of. So I think that's about 6 for me, 4 more. So remember, we're still keeping up nice and tall, looking forwards. And last 2. And last one. Foot down, step out to the side, get your balance back.
If you start seated in a firm dining chair, I want you to make your way to the front third of your chair by hip walking. Hip walking is steadying the chair with your hands, lift one buttock, slide a little bit forward, then the other buttock, a little bit forward. So you finish on the front part of your chair, so there's a good gap between you and the chair back. I will show you sideways on in a little while. Try to adopt good posture at all times, roll your shoulders back and then maintain that upright posture. Feet hip distance apart, feet and knees pointing forwards. From there, I want you to slide your feet back a little bit, but still so that your heels are on the floor. If you need to use your hands on your legs to help you get up, feel free. If not, just let your hands hang at the side and then come up to rise. Give yourself a moment there just to make sure you don't feel dizzy, and then walk yourself back. Feel for the chair behind both legs, still keeping your feet as wide as your hips, and then slowly lower yourself down, pushing your bottom backwards so that you land right in the back of the chair. So I'll do that again, a hip walk to the front third of your chair. Still with a gap between your legs, good posture. Slide your feet back a little bit, but my heels are still down. And come to rise. Give yourself a moment. And slowly down. Try to keep that gap between your legs as you lower down. You might be able to reach the chair to steady yourself. May not, it depends on your chair. I'll show you from the side. So if I start seated, hip walk to the front third of the chair, slide my feet back. If I want to use my hands to come up, that momentum will help to carry me up a little bit. Pause for a second and walk back. Gap between your feet, slowly lower down. So if you want to make it a little bit easier, slide your feet back, use your hands on your legs, or if you don't feel particularly steady that day, always do it in front of a dining table, then you've got something there to hold you if you feel unsteady. If you're wanting to make it a little bit harder, usual start position, feet back, no hands. And as you come back down, feel for the chair, lower your bottom towards the chair and go down slower. Even pause for a little while at one point for a couple of seconds and then down. Try to aim to do 10 if you can, maybe just starting with 1 or 2 if you've been inactive for a while, and just build it up and eventually you'll get to 10.
So we're going to take the band. Always check the band is okay, so it's not got any little tears or any pinpricks, holes in them. Because if they do snap, they go with a bit of a bang. So the easiest way to do that is put it up towards the light and just follow the band round. Just looking for any little tears. So anything where the band might be splitting. This exercise is an upper back strengthener. So we're going to take our band and just put it across the knees, and we're going to scoop the band up. So rolling our band about a fist width apart. So your hands about a fist width apart. Just relax your hands down. Make sure we're at the front third of the chair again. Feet hip width apart, ankles under knees. Just roll your shoulders back and down. Okay then, so we're just going to lift the band up to about belly button, and then we're just going to pull that band apart, and then we're going to bring the band in to the belly button. Keeping up tall, loading for 5 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5. Take your arms forward. Take your hands down, just relax. 2 or 3 seconds and off we go again. Elbows are in, so we're lifting up to about belly button height. Pull that band out and then slide that band into your belly button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take your hands forward and down. So really good upper back strengthener this one. So let's lift up again, pull out and pull in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forward and down. Let me show you that one from the side. So we lift up, pull out and pull back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forward and down. And one more. So let's lift up, pull out and pull in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forward and down. So this exercise is really good. It stretches all these muscles here across your chest. Good for if you're a bit round shouldered, it makes you take your shoulders back. Really good for breathing, because if our shoulders are back we can actually expand our lungs a little bit more. So a really important exercise to do. If you do 5 and build it up to 10 repetitions. This next exercise is called a thigh strengthener. So before we start doing the exercises, let's just go forward on our chair. So we're just walking forwards. So we're on the front third of the chair. Ankles under knees and feet quite close together. If you take your band, and we're going to wrap the band round your knees. So just place your band just above the knees, lift up your heels, and you should find it's a little bit easier to wrap this band round. I'm just putting one end of one side and one end over the other. Pop your heels back down onto the floor. Let's just take our feet out a little bit further, so about hip width apart. So you should already start to be feeling some resistance in these outer thigh muscles. So this exercise is good for things like when we're getting out of a car, when we're walking sideways down the aisles in the supermarket, looking at the shelves. So it's a really useful exercise to do. So make sure you sat up nice and tall, shoulders back and down. And we're just going to push the knees away. And we're going to go for 5 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just release. About 3-second rest and off we go again. So push against the band. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back in. And again. Push those knees away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And release. If you find when you do this one, your feet are lifting up, you just need to take your feet a little bit wider so your feet stay flat on the floor. And just relax with that band. And again, take the knees further apart. Keep up tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly release. We'll make this our last one. So push that band away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you can do up to about 10 of those as you progress. Okay then, so we're going to hold our band on the ends. And I've got a big band, so I've got a big loop. But you should have a loop, and you should be able to swing the loop. So we're going to take our right foot forward, lift up your toes, swing your band, drop the band onto the floor, and just manoeuvre it under your foot. Bring your foot back in. And we're going to take hold of the band, one in each hand, and the ponytails of the band are going to come out of the back. So where your little finger is, the band comes out there. So when you pull against it, it's not pulling on your fingers. Try not to wrap the band around your hands. You don't want to cut off circulation. So what we need to do is to just walk our fingers down so you're holding the band round about knee level. So up nice and tall, shoulders down and relaxed. So we're just going to lift the foot off the floor. So I'll call that a lift and an over. We're going to then pull the band into our waist. So I'm keeping my elbows in. My elbows are not out there, my elbows are in. Keep up tall. And then I'm going to push my foot forward. So I'm fully extending the leg, but I'm not locking the knee out. Hold it for 5 seconds. And then bring the foot back in, foot down, release your band. So we'll do 5 on this leg, we'll do 5 on the other one. So up tall, lift and over, pull the band in to waist, push forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Foot in, foot down, release your band. So number 3, lift and over, pull in, push forward. So this exercise is really good for strengthening the leg muscles. So this helps when we're out walking, when we're climbing stairs. It helps when you're trying to get up off a low sofa. So really important. And I always say keeping these muscles strong keeps you your independence. So really important. So last one on this side, lift another, pull in, elbows are in, remember, push forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, and back in. Okay, when I come to do the leg, just lift your foot up and just manoeuvre the band. So you shouldn't have to lean forward. So you do the leg, your left leg, take it forward, lift up the toes, get your loop, let it drop down onto the floor and just manoeuvre it so it's under your foot, bring your foot back in, and then we can hold the band. Ponytails out the back, up nice and tall. Let's lift another, pull the band in to raise, push forward and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, foot in, foot down, release the band. And I can make mine a little bit tighter, so I hold my hands down a little bit. So lift another, pull in, elbows are in, as we push forward, don't lock the knee, but fully extending that leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, foot in, foot down, release your band. Let's do that one again, lift another, pull in, push forward and down. So your heel is about an inch off the floor. 3, 4, 5, foot in, foot down and relax. And again, lift another, pull in, push forward and down. Keep the shoulders down as well, try not to let your shoulders come up. Nice and relaxed, upper body. 4, 5, foot in, foot down, and last one, lift another, pull in, push forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, foot in, foot down, and just release your band. Lift up your foot, you can just bring that band away. And that one is your thigh strengthener.
I'm now going to show you some cool down exercises. If you've been doing the exercise programme as a whole, do these exercises at the very end. So if you've been doing the whole programme, you will be on the front third of your chair so that there is a good gap between your back and the chair back. Just have some marching. Try not to stop completely still when you've been working quite vigorously. So this marching needs to come down in intensity gradually. So you can begin by just removing the arms, so just the legs are moving. So slowly your heart rate will be coming down and you'll be starting to recover. The benefits of the cool down are to bring your heart rate back down to what it was before you started the exercise. And the stretches that we'll do following this will help to ease any stiffness that you might have the following day or the day after that. So this marching and cooling down can gradually get slower and slower, and the movements get smaller and smaller until, probably a minute or two, until you've come down to a complete still. Okay? Then we're going to just do a couple of different stretches. We will do 2 stretches for your legs, they'll work quite hard, and a stretch for your upper body. Okay, so I'm going to turn side on. I want you to stay where you are, but I will turn side on so that you can see what I'm doing with these exercises, these stretches. Okay, so the first exercise is for the back of your legs. So you do need to be very forward on the chair. Make sure you're safe. Have something in front of you if you need to, but you need to be very forward on the chair or you won't feel the stretch. Okay, and if you can extend one leg out and the other leg stays bent, you can hang on to the chair if you want. One hand on the chair, one hand on your knee. Keep tall. Keep that foot relaxed, but the leg as straight as you can, and just take your chest forward. Now you should feel a tightening up down the back of that leg. If you don't feel a tightening up down the leg, it might be that you're too far back on the chair and you're not able to get the leg straight. So you might have to be brave and come a little bit further forward on the chair. Try not to lean over. All you're doing is taking your chest and your shoulders forward just so that you feel the stretch in the back of that leg. Hold that stretch for up to 20 seconds. If you feel stiff the following day, it's a good idea to copy these stretches after you've done a little bit of activity. So 10 to 20 seconds on each leg. So change sides, rest on the bent knee, make sure that leg's bent, foot on the floor. It'll help to stop you falling forward. Hang on to the chair. Make yourself tall and then just take your chest forward. Not so much down, don't look down at your foot, look forward if you can. So again, 10 to 20 seconds, keeping the back nice and flat. Okay, that's lovely. 10 to 20 seconds. Okay, so we will do a stretch for your top half and then we'll come back and do one more stretch for your legs. So you stay where you are, so the stretch for your top half, what I'm wanting you to do, you'll still be on the front part of your chair. Take your hands and grab either the back of the chair or the base of the chair. Okay, I'll do that side on for you now. Front of your chair, either grab the back or the base if you can't reach the back, and push your chest forward. You should feel a stretch across all these muscles that you've used across the front there. Okay, and hold that stretch. And just make sure that you're not holding your breath, please. Okay, so you're stretching a lot of muscles that you've used through the activities that you've just done. And again, that's 10 to 20 seconds. Don't hold your breath. Lovely. And release that. That should feel good. So the next one, another stretch for your legs. Different muscles in your legs to stretch this time though. Extend one leg. Keep tall. You can hold the chair. Just curl your toes up towards your face. So when your foot was relaxed for the previous one, curl your toes up. But do keep tall. You will get a better stretch. And that targets some more muscles that are in the back of your leg, a little bit lower down. And again, 10, 20 seconds, up to 20 seconds, and do them the following day if you're feeling a bit stiff. And change legs. Extend the leg and then just curl your toes up towards you. You'll feel a lengthening in your calf there as you curl the toes up. Keep tall. If you've done quite a bit of walking, if you've increased your walking at all, you might find that the calf muscles are stiff. This is an excellent stretch to do after a lot of walking. Again, 10 to 20 seconds should do it. And replace. And you got to the end of your programme.